It's a popular criticism that English players don't want to play abroad. Not Ross Jenkins though. He's been playing all over Europe. After 6 years at Watford and short stops at several clubs, it was time to trade Crawley for Timisoara in Romania.
I'm quite easy travelling. I'm not homesick, I don't get homesick. I have no problem staying in a hotel here or an apartment there and changing. I'm quite easy. When you think of it, football ain't a bad job, is it?
How did the lads in the changing room react when you said, right, I'm going to go away off to Romania?
Yeah, they were a bit like, what? I was like, yeah, it's a change. You know, I want to change. I don't want to sort of be in the routine of not really enjoying football. And so I thought, yeah, why not? Some of the boys didn't really know where I was going, and I didn't really know too much about the club. But I just thought it was a good challenge. And if I was going to do it, then I might as well throw myself in the deep end and see how it goes.
Next, a hop across the border to Perim Bladgorad in Bulgaria.
I think British people in general are quite comfortable living at home and staying at home. And that's not me slating them. I think because I was one of them. I was comfortable going into training when I was at Watford playing and going home, I was comfortable. But when sometimes you take a little dip in your career, I think people are very comfortable then just to drop and keep dropping. As long as they're comfortable at home and they've got a nice car and a house or whatever, then it's okay. But I didn't see myself doing that. I wanted to stay at the very top of whatever country or level I can. If it wasn't in England, then it's elsewhere, and I was happy with that.
So next stop, it was Stavanger in Norway.
After Bulgaria, I was looking to come home and to play. But again, the way I was being advised by friends and family saying, look, you've gone abroad, you've looked a lot better going abroad than when you was playing back in Watford, for example, or even when I had my short spell at Crawley, he says you look 10 times better. Your career's only short, and it's like your family and friends are always going to be there. If they're not, then they're not your family and friends. And it's one of those ones where you just got to think of the bigger picture. All right, you're in a hotel room, there's no one to talk to. Tomorrow you're at work, then in a few months' time you could be home again. So you've got to make the most of it.
What's the highlight then so far?
I think going abroad, playing against top teams, measuring yourself against some of the best. The likes of Mulder, Rosenborg. I mean, Rosenborg beat Ajax, and when we play against them, and it's just judging yourself against some of the best. Whereas if I stayed in England, I don't think I could have done that. And I know what sort of level I'm at now, or what level I can play at. Whereas sometimes I was a bit unsure because I wasn't playing against the top quality. I've gone abroad and played against Europa League teams, Champions League teams, and you come off the pitch and you're like, I could play in your position, I could play in your team, easy. So that can only be good for your career because you know you've got the tools to do better things, and without a doubt it makes you a better player. Playing against better players makes you a better player, playing with better players makes you a better player. So I think it's a win-win really, and I'm very happy I decided to do it.
But what is the perception of the English footballer from some of those on the continent?
They think we're overpaid workhorses. Obviously the Premier League's different. There's a lot more foreign players and very gifted British players. But they think the lower leagues, we get too much money too soon at a young age as well. They think we're overrated. I know the type of characters are in England and the style of football and the type of managers and things like that. And when I hear foreigners say that, sometimes I have to agree with them. And it hurts. It hurts a lot because I don't want to be saying that about friends and my previous league and leagues below, because I still think England is a very good place to come and play football. I says, but some things they do say, you have to agree with them.
On the road again.
Is there anywhere he wouldn't fancy playing though?
Can't wait to get on the road again.
There's a few. There's a few. But no, I wouldn't rule out anything. You know, I think football's developed so much over the last 5, 6 years that some countries that people think, oh, I wouldn't go there, has developed massively, and some of the best talents come there. So I would never knock it. Whereas before I didn't know anything about being abroad, and I would have thought Romania, I'm not going to go to Romania. But after being there, I definitely encourage people to do it if they're wanting to enjoy football again and to go and play and enjoy it and learn something different. But no, I wouldn't rule out anything really. It's a very short career, and if I can travel the world and do my job at the same time, then perfect.